welcome to the 50th episode of All the Books. The 50th!
We did it, man.
Yeah, these were a good purchase.
I know they were.
How much did this cost us?
It was $1.09
Nice.
at our local Family Dollar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We did it. 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Not quite a
Congratulations.
year, but we
Do I
made
shake
50
your hand?
episodes.
People
I think
will
we
actually
should.
be able to
Let's
see
have
me
a
shake your
handshake.
hand.
Yeah, let's do that.
So should we hug?
I don't.
No, we shouldn't get up.
And everything.
Yeah.
It's probably too
All
much.
right.
Yeah.
So
Less
also,
is more. Yeah.
well, anyways, we should keep introducing the podcast for
Okay.
people. This is the 50th episode of All the Books, the official podcast of the David A. Howe Public Library. I'm Eric Mickles.
Here we are, and I'm Nick Gunning.
Why did you just point out your books?
No, I'm just here. We are. We're
Yeah.
here at the David A. Howe Public Library.
We're filming this episode.
There we are. It's our first time.
It's a podcast / video.
Yeah. So vodcast, is that a thing?
Vlog.
Vlog.
I don't know what the
That's dumb.
kids are calling it
I don't
anymore.
like that.
Guess what
at
else
all.
it is?
Tell me.
Today's July 29th. It's International Tiger Day.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Wow.
It started because tigers are at an all-time low.
You know
Not
what's-
in popularity, but in
Actual
Actual
number of
existence,
tigers
yeah.
that are left. Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you know we lost 97% of all wild tigers in 100 years?
I don't have any way to
97%.
have known that. No,
oh,
I
okay.
didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Coincidentally, I just finished Life of Pi. No, I made that up. I didn't.
Huh.
I haven't read it or seen it.
Okay.
That's Ang Lee, right?
The
Didn't he
movie?
direct that?
Yeah.
He direct that?
Sorry, I was
that,
thinking of-
that and Hulk.
Yeah.
I said Ang Lee and you thought Hulk, right?
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Oh, the steam came out of there quick.
We're
All
gonna,
right.
We're going to travel to the past. That's what we're doing today.
All right.
We're going to look at yesteryear, but not
Like James
yet.
Franco.
Like James Franco.
But in the show,
11.
he travels to the 60s.
Does he?
He
Yeah,
doesn't
the
go-
60s.
He doesn't start in 58.
Oh, okay.
So a little
Well,
less like James Franco.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
All right. Sorry, James Franco.
That's okay. So bookmark. Eric, what have you been reading?
I'm still reading Call Me Conrad.
Have we talked about this before?
Yeah, I've talked about it.
What
And I
is it?
remember saying I started it because I needed a good, quick, short read because it was only like 200 pages.
And you didn't
I
get
just
it.
haven't been reading. I've been watching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend instead. Season 1's on
Oh,
Netflix.
okay,
So
well,
that's what I've been
Nice
doing.
little plug for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But next I'm going to read
Musical, right? It's a musical?
Yeah, every episode there's like 2 songs plus a reprise.
Okay.
So it's pretty funny.
All right.
But
Did you watch Gallivant? Remember when that was on?
we watched 2 episodes of it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We have the soundtrack downstairs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what else are you watching?
What else am I watching?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
BattleBots.
Okay.
I don't
I
even-
see why you didn't mention it. Now, I'm sorry. I didn't
BattleBots
attention
is
to
the
it.
coolest show. The announcer on BattleBots
Yeah.
is probably the best in the business right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Good for him.
yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I can't remember his
Whoever he
name.
is.
Barack, I think.
That's great.
Anyway, next I'm going to read The Einstein Intersection by Samuel R. Delaney. It's only like 200 pages. So that will be my next quick short
that
read that
sci-fi?
takes
What
me
is
4
that?
weeks. Yeah, it is. It's a Nebula winner.
Is that? Did you say Zeleny?
No, I said Delaney. Like
Delaney.
the lady who did the voice of
Dana
Lois
Delaney.
Lane. Yeah,
Dana
Dana
Delaney.
Delaney.
Okay. So
I guess
you read-
people might know her other than Lois Lane.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
her
That's
Twitter
what
picture
Netflix
is Lois
is.
Lane, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, she calls herself occasional Lois Lane.
That's fun. Well, my bookmark has come out of the Mary Jane Clark book, Close to You, that I've been reading, that I picked
Yeah.
up in the book sale. It was pretty good. It was a solid 3-star thriller.
Okay.
It was a good mystery. It kept me, I kept thinking, oh, I got it. And then they'd throw in a little thing, and I'd be like, but maybe it was that person. So it's kind of what you want in a good
Yeah.
mystery. It was a little, I don't know, it was a little lighter than I wanted it to be, but I like it. I think I'll probably work one into the book club next year.
Okay.
See if my peeps like it. Do people still say peeps? Is
Yeah,
that
they do.
cool? Okay. good.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah.
This is rough because we're filming, so now I have to make eye contact.
I know.
So people
yeah.
know that I'm
Oh,
paying
boy.
attention to you.
That's true.
It's hard.
Give them the realism of you just like scrolling through your phone trying to catch Pokemon. I finished Kato, Volume 2. So go ahead and make your jokes about
Yeah,
me
put
reading
some
Kato.
context in there.
Kato Volume 2 is a spin-off of the Green Hornet graphic novel series. It's like a
Yeah.
spin-off prequel. The first volume was okay. The second volume, not great. But we have
Weird.
both in our collection, so
Yeah.
you're welcome.
We got a whole lot of Green Hornet in our collection.
We sure do.
So,
Yeah, people love it.
yeah, they do.
People can't get enough of the Green Hornet.
Yeah.
I think that might have been true in 1942.
Yeah.
Or maybe the 50s. Probably not.
TV was back.
Yeah, you're
TV was on then.
You're right. I'm currently reading The Swarm King by Troy Denning. It's the third in the Darkness trilogy, Star Wars.
Yeah.
I read the first 2 a while back, and I don't know. They were okay. They're a little too long. It's a little too like Luke Skywalker versus Bugs, and I just
Yeah.
But I'm rounding out the trilogy. I'm finishing it. We do have this in our sci-fi collection, so
Oh, we did.
yeah.
Neat.
It's all pretty much moot now. It's kind of funny because these books came out when the prequels were coming out, Revenge of the Sith. So it's the first time that the expanding universe ever starts mentioning
Anakin.
things like Padme and all that stuff. So they're like really awkwardly working that stuff in there, and it's not working well.
You see
at all,
that Thrawn is in Rebels season 3?
I heard that.
He's back. He's back in canon.
I loved Rebels.
Good for him.
Disney cartoon Rebels.
Yeah.
You've only seen the pilot, is that right?
Yeah.
First season's great.
Okay.
Some classic voices come back, so that was pretty exciting. I guess that's it. That's all for me. Just those 3.
We've been busy.
I know.
We don't.
I know, man.
Listeners, don't judge us.
Life doesn't stop.
Listeners, viewers.
You're drawing attention to it.
Okay.
I don't think they would have said anything. Book news.
Wow, that was quick.
Was
that
it?
was the
Well,
fastest we've ever gotten
That's
into book
because
news.
like last time I had 4 or 5 because I was prepping for our YA show, but not this time.
All right.
Not today.
Why don't you start then?
Eric, I have some exciting book news that I've been wanting to share with you since yesterday. You probably knew about this. They unearthed a new Michael Crichton novel.
No.
You haven't heard
I didn't
this?
know this.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I almost texted you and I was like, but maybe he hasn't seen it. Anyway.
They found it on his 1970s computer, just sitting there
they did.
hidden away, saying, "Do not publish.
Yeah,
this isn't
but
done."
Please. No, it was buried underneath Pirate Latitudes. So, they
Yeah.
figured, well, once we found that corpse, let's dig deeper.
Yeah.
Find dragon teeth. No, but it's his widow found this, and HarperCollins purchased it. So let me tell you the story. The plot centers on the notorious rivalry between real-life paleontologist Edward Drinker Cope.
Paleontologist?
I know, you're gonna love it. And Othniel Charles March. Othniel, that's a name that's gone out of fashion.
Sure.
Othniel.
Yeah.
What's a nickname for that? Othie?
You're focusing on the wrong
You're
part
right.
of this.
I'm sorry. It's neither here nor there. During a time of intense fossil speculation.
What?
I know. And discovery in the American West in 1878. The story unfolds through the adventures of a young fictional character named William Johnson, who is apprenticed first to one, then to the other, and not only makes discoveries of historic proportion, but transforms into an inspiring hero only Crichton could have imagined.
So is this like a Wild West? They're discovering
Yeah.
the West while also discovering dinosaur bones?
I think it's like digging in the West, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like in the vein, I think, of like Great Train Robbery. He has a couple of just straight up historical
Man, when
novels.
did he write this?
I don't know.
Why have you just been sitting
I
on
don't
this?
know, and they haven't said much. His widow said she came across correspondence between Crichton and
Jack Horner?
paleontologist,
Probably Jack
Professor
Horner.
Edwin H. Colbert.
Oh.
And she then did some digging and found the manuscript, and it doesn't say that it's like finished by anybody else. So
All right.
it seems as if it's a complete.
All right, I gotta
manuscript,
finish
though,
Micro then, because
that
then
they
my
would want
last
us-
Michael Crichton book
You haven't
will
read
be...
Airframe. Don't.
I don't
lie
want to
to
read
people.
Airframe. It's
You're-
about how planes go
I
down.
know what it is about. Yeah, I like
Scarier
Micro.
than any of...
Micro
Okay.
was pretty good.
Well,
Anyway, so this is coming out next year. So the thing you never thought you'd hear.
I never thought I'd hear
the
about a
new
new
Michael
Michael Crichton book
coming out next year. It doesn't say. There's not a bunch of information. The news just broke yesterday, so there's not really much information.
New
on
Michael
it.
Crichton book!
Let's do it.
Wow, yours sounded
Oh my
horrible.
gosh, I think I just called 40 mallards.
Yeah.
Guys, please.
Yeah,
Oh boy. No, we'll send Roger to take care of those.
yeah,
I will. Roger, please just.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, you just did that so you could look at the camera.
I
so
didn't look at
everybody
the-
could
no,
get
I
a-
avoided the
Get a
camera.
look into your eyes.
I'm not going to look at the camera.
All right. Okay.
All right. Anyway, so I don't know much more about it other than it's called Dragon Teeth, which I'm kind of in.
That's what it's
I'm
called?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not by Sherilyn Kenyon.
There's
as you might have
there's
assumed.
a hilarious article The Onion did.
Let me stop you right there. Is it hilarious?
It's so hilarious.
Okay.
It was done as if like The Onion was written throughout like the past 100 years.
Yeah.
And so when the year we discovered the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton,
Yeah.
it just read "Skeleton of Satan found." It's pretty funny.
You're right. That's pretty solid.
Told you.
So that's my book news. Let's talk about books that are coming out into the publishing world. Do you want me to go first?
Sure. I always do. Why do we always
I don't
pretend
know.
like I'm going to go
just,
first?
I'm just trying to be kind.
Okay.
I just want you to feel.
I don't appreciate it.
I know. New from Meg Cabot, noted YA author. Meg Cabot,
She
author
writes
of what?
a few adult
Princess
books.
Diaries. Yeah,
Yeah, she does write the Princess Diaries. Whole lot of
This
Princess
is
Diary
I
books.
know, there's a
like
lot.
13 or 14.
Yeah, it's true.
So
This is book 4 in her Boy series called
Okay.
The Boy is Back. Hey la, just kidding.
So let's hear it for the boy.
Yeah. I can't go down that road with you again.
Okay.
No. October 18th, this is coming out. From New York Times bestselling author Meg Cabot comes the sweetly humorous story of a man who has to face his past in order to find his future.
Sure. Meg Cabot.
Sometimes to move forward, you have to move back.
That's,
New from Meg Cabot.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like in chess?
Sometimes. Oh boy, this is from everybody's favorite fictional author from a canceled TV series coming out with a new book, Richard Castle. Back
Nice.
in
Yeah.
rare form with Nikki
Yeah.
Heat, number 8, High Heat, an ISIS-style beheading of a journalist carried out by a New York City group pledging
ISIS.
fealty to that rogue state becomes more than just another case for NYPD Captain Nikki Heat. She's captain now.
You said ISIS, but I was thinking of the girl
On the
that
train?
was like Wonder Woman.
Oh no, that's
What-
different.
What was that?
That's ISIS.
Her name was ISIS?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
She's different. She's
That's an
not-
appropriation of a
I
name.
think so. Yeah.
Not cool, ISIS.
When the killer announces their next target, her husband, magazine writer Jameson Rook.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, Heat is haunted by a fleeting glimpse of someone she swears is her mother, a woman who has been dead for nearly 20 years. Did you watch Castle?
No.
I watched the first couple of seasons.
I thought I was going to watch it because I thought it was like a comedy.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was an hour-long drama.
No,
And I didn't do it.
no,
So.
no. It's just it's an update of Murder, She Wrote starring Nathan Fillion.
Cool.
I think is how people describe it normally.
Yeah,
Right,
everybody
isn't that what they say?
compares everything to
I
Murder, She
read
Wrote.
maybe just the first Nikki Heat novel. It
All
was
right.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the Derek Storm ones. Okay, those were all right. And I read one of the graphic novels. But you've got nothing to add, so I'm going to move
No,
on.
I've done nothing.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put you in that.
The Castleverse.
Yeah, sorry. Fanny Flagg. You're a big Fanny. You like to light some candles and get in a bubble bath and read some Fanny Flagg. Is that right?
I mean,
Am I remembering that right?
2 out of 3 of those things is true.
Okay. All right. Well, I read your blog, so Fanny Flagg's latest coming out November 29th. The Whole Town's Talking, a novel.
About?
A novel.
About?
No, that's it. You don't know.
Oh.
From the beloved author of Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, shortened just to Fried Green
Never
Tomatoes.
seen,
from
read,
the
or
movie.
had.
Oh, the movie's great. I don't think you'd like it, but it's good.
Thanks.
I haven't read the book. Comes another unforgettable, laugh out loud and moving novel about what it means to be truly alive. Elmwood Springs, Missouri is a small town like any other, maybe like Wellsville. But something strange is happening out at the cemetery. Still Meadows, as it's called, is anything but still. Funny and profound, this novel and tradition of Flagg's Can't Wait to Get to Heaven and Thornton Wilder's Our Town, I'm out, deals with universal
Our
themes
town is so boring.
of heaven and earth and everything in between, as Flagg tells a surprising story of life, after life, and the mysterious goings-on of ordinary people.
This isn't part of this
I think I'm gonna
Stackhouse?
No, it's not Suki
Okay.
Stackhouse. I'm gonna tap out of this one. I don't think I want that.
Everybody
This is
says
crazy.
like Our Town is like one of the best plays
know.
ever written. And I read it and I almost fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I saw
Anyway.
it, and it was like the actors were decent, but it feels so melodramatic to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry, theater lovers.
Yeah.
This
What
is
do we
weird.
know?
This is a convoluted story that I'm about to tell you. So buckle up.
Okay.
Vince Flynn's Order to Kill. Now, Vince Flynn, the author, passed away in 2013.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I
he
thought
did.
he was still alive
No,
the way
he's
the books are coming out.
Long dead. And so Kyle Mills has taken over his series, the Mitch Rapp series.
You heard it here first. Vince Flynn, rest in peace.
This is not breaking news. He died 3 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, Mitch Rapp, number 15. Okay, so Kyle Mills has taken this over. This is called Order to Kill. In the next thrilling novel in the #1 New York Times bestselling Mitch Rapp series, the anti-terrorism operative heads to Pakistan to confront a mortal threat he may not be prepared for. In fact, this time, he might have met his match. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is a Vince Flynn character.
Yeah.
It says the Vince Flynn, but it's written by Kyle Mills. Okay. They've announced the next 2 Mitch Rapp novels are going to team up Mitch Rapp and James Patterson's Alex Cross.
Crazy.
So now, I know. So now you're going to have this like literary crossover written by somebody who is not involved in like
Yeah.
the conception of either of these characters. You know what that is? That's fanfic, my friend.
That's true.
That's like, I want the Ghostbusters
Yeah.
and Casper to like team up. That's
I
what it's
kind of
like.
do now,
Well,
though.
yeah, I
that
mean,
sounds great.
Yeah, but just turn everything on its
Yeah,
head.
the
honestly. If you
three
had sort of a
uncles.
Les Mis situation.
Yeah.
They just,
Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso?
Wow.
Was that the
Wow.
uncles?
That's a nice pull. That's pretty good. I couldn't have done that.
Okay.
I got Casper, Christina Ricci,
Yeah.
our own local celebrity, Bill Pullman,
Sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
Did you see the Casper movie?
The original one?
Yeah, the old school Casper
Yeah.
movie. I love that movie.
Okay. So,
It's all right.
actually, that's what I've been saying. I think I said this before on the podcast that like these characters should be crossing over.
Yeah, well,
So,
it's a brave new world.
Alex Cross has met the other one, right? Who's his other character? Patterson's other character?
Michael Bennett?
Yeah, they've
Or
met.
Private? I don't think so.
No, they have.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not in anything I've read.
I think they have. Maybe they haven't. I don't know anything about
Well,
James
this
Patterson.
is just particularly odd because it's just a totally different guy, like writing about these characters. It's just
Well, I mean, I guess
weird-
like if Jesse Stone's characters met with James Patterson's characters, it'd be
Right.
the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Tom Clancy's
Yeah.
meeting Vince Flynn.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's James Patterson and Vince Flynn.
No, I know. I'm just
Oh, I see.
creating another example.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry about that.
That's all right. So anyway, that's what you got to look forward to. So Order to Kill does not have Alex Cross in it, but the next 2 supposedly do.
Does Sony own Casper? Because now I think the next
Reboot.
Yeah. Ghostbusters meets Casper.
I mean, they're all about like connected universes now.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters cartoon that's unrelated to Ghostbusters, and Casper all team up.
Sure. Okay. Let's get off this.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
No, you know what I was going to mention though.
Okay.
I saw this is not book news necessarily, but I saw the movie Nerve yesterday. You seen
What?
this?
You didn't tell me this.
Yeah, well, I'm saving.
That's stupid.
I was saving that.
Why
little
would you go to
morsel.
that?
It's based on a YA novel. Which
Okay.
I learned later.
Still.
It was pretty good.
All right.
It was just kind of a loose. I thought it was going to be like the game with Michael Douglas. You ever seen that?
No.
Oh man, we should drop everything and watch the game.
Okay.
It wasn't like that, but it was
Okay.
still pretty good. Dave Franco was in it, so
My
however
wife
you
has
feel about
seen the
that.
commercials, and one commercial on TV makes it look like a fun, like, romantic comedy between teens and, like,
Yeah.
traveling around. And then another commercial makes it look like a horror film between teens. So, like, they didn't find a middle ground. So
Yeah.
she didn't know.
It's pretty good. It's not horror. It's
Okay.
it's a thriller. I wouldn't say it's like a comedy.
A thriller for the Pokemon Go
Yeah,
generation,
for
would
the
you say?
Pokemon goers. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a cautionary tale. Anyway, we don't have the book in our collection, but I
Oh,
don't
can I-
think that it did very well.
Can I say that I hatched a Onyx in Pokemon Go on the podcast?
You can, and I'm sure some people would be really into that. So
There we go. I hatched an Onyx.
thanks for sharing. I also, speaking of weird things I watched yesterday, I watched Elvis and Nixon.
The one with Michael Shannon and
Kevin Spacey.
And?
Yeah. Kevin Spacey does a great Nixon. Like
Does
he's
he
got
really?
the whole like, "Well, I'm Nixon" thing going on.
Uh-huh.
And Michael Shannon neither looks nor sounds like Elvis Presley.
Sure.
But somehow he manages to like be Elvis-y. So I was pretty impressed.
That's hilarious.
The first few minutes I was like, that's not Elvis. But
Uh-huh.
once I just kind of let it wash over me, I
All
was
right,
like,
so that's your
okay.
favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Ever?
No, not really.
Well, you haven't
But
seen
it
Toy
was
Story
fun.
3.
My wife did not want to watch it, but she liked
Yeah.
it just as much as
Yeah.
me. So
So,
Elvis and Nixon.
do you want to give a shout out to Dinah Girl or whatever?
Oh yeah, what was that called?
Electric-
Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. Yes, we watched that. It's adapted from an old Sid and Marty Krofft show from like 70s or 80s or whatever.
Oh.
They did like Land of the Lost and other things.
Okay.
And they made a new one with like YouTube stars.
All right.
And it's just like a quirky comedy. It was fun. We really liked it.
All right.
I don't think it's your jam, but
Hey, maybe it is.
maybe it is.
I'm not going to give it a shot. No, I'm not going to give it a shot.
I didn't think you would. That's why I wasn't going to mention it, but thank you. So anyway,
What's that for?
episode 50.
Oh, okay.
I just
I'll do mine later.
Yeah, that's too much.
All right,
Too
so
much too
on to
soon.
book releases.
Let's do it.
This is my favorite part of book
I'm excited.
news.
Okay.
So this one, again, comes out July 31st. We'll be talking about books that come out August 2nd, but just a reminder, Harry Potter and the stuff that happens after the Harry Potter books is coming out July 31st. This isn't a book, it's a script.
Right. Yeah.
So-
This is. Would you say this is Harry Potter Apocrypha? what
Yeah,
you'd say?
right? That would make sense. You probably just made some people angry at you.
A little bit. Yeah.
Probably
Sorry.
the religious group and the Harry Potter groups. And there's very little
Yeah, boy, I
crossover.
made a lot of enemies
Yeah,
there.
so-
Hey, but maybe they can come together and be
Finally.
united.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So, are you going to read this?
I don't know. Maybe.
How long
Maybe
do you
I'll get
think?
around
I'm
to it
gonna-
sometime.
we-
Well, our copy is here.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
can't
under,
read it.
It's under lock and key.
Yeah.
But it's
J.K.
thick,
Rowling
it's
has every
big.
book protected at gunpoint.
Does she?
So yeah, you get the book and 2 armed guards
Yeah.
until that day's release. It doesn't say how long the book is. 320 pages.
There's a lot of stuff in it.
320 pages of
Yeah.
a script.
It looks the size of like the early books. It's not just a thin
I
script.
don't get
book.
it. But
You don't get it?
I mean,
it's called money.
I thought the rule was like a minute per page when it comes to scripts.
I think there's all sorts of extras in it though. I think it's just stuff.
Yeah.
You know, interviews and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have it. We have
Yeah.
yet to decide where to put it in our collection.
Right.
But we will have it.
Nonfiction, children.
When Half-Blood Prince came out, I was working in a library and they had them all locked away in a room, and I went and read the first page like a week before it
Should
came
you have
out.
said that on.
I know they're gonna come for me. No.
Okay.
J.K. Rowling's secret police are like knocking on the door.
Yeah.
It was Half-Blood Prince. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Luckily, they're British police, so they don't have guns.
Yeah.
So we can
do
get away
anything.
pretty
They
quick.
can do anything. No.
All right. So these are the books that are coming out August 2nd,
Okay.
2016.
I'm ready.
Depending on when we record our next podcast,
Yeah.
I might be 30
Ooh.
when our next podcast
boy.
happens.
Okay.
So let's do it
All right.
before I turn 30.
So this is how you'll know. If the next episode, Eric breaks down in tears every 5 to 7 minutes, he's turned 30.
All right, yeah.
If he still has hope and optimism, he's
Yeah,
still
it's
just
before.
living
Yeah.
it up in his 20s.
Yeah, so-
That's great. Good for you. Happy birthday, my man.
Maybe. All right. August 2nd.
They're gonna hate that noise.
Yeah, 5 days before my birthday. The Swarm, the Second Formic War by Orson Scott Card and Aaron Johnston. Even Orson Scott Card is
Yeah.
doing the
Even
co-write.
crazy Orson Scott
Yeah,
Card.
he was pretty crazy. This is
Wow.
volume 1, so
Yeah.
I don't know if this is part of the Enders anything.
I don't. His books are so hard to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't plan to follow them, but like looking into them, it's like this is technically a sequel, but it's also
Yeah.
like book 2 of this other series, and like,
Yeah.
it's all over the place. Are you gonna read this? You don't follow Scott Card.
No.
Okay.
Just the Ender books.
All right.
And only the first 2 so far.
Okay,
I might
so-
read Xenocide, but everybody
The
says it's
2
pretty
is
bad.
like totally different, right?
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Is Ender in it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great book.
Okay. Is it like
Uh,
a buddy comedy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, at times.
Okay.
Sweet Tomorrows, a Rose Harbor novel by
Amen.
Debbie McCumber.
Debbie McCumber.
Yeah. What's the Amen about?
Sweet Tomorrows.
Oh, this is the much anticipated conclusion to the beloved Rose Harbor series.
Oh.
Set in the picturesque town of Cedar Cove. I guess I thought the
I'm going to go
town
down
was
a
called
limb
Sweet Tomorrows.
and
or
say
Rose
that her
Harbor.
next book is going to start a brand new beloved series.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Wouldn't you think that
I read
Rose
Debbie
Harbor is the town?
I read Dashing Through the Snow.
Yeah.
Debbie McCumber.
Okay.
I would think Rose Harbor was the town.
It's Cedar Cove.
So is Rose Harbor like the harbor?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's their like rival town.
Yeah. Maybe it's their mayor.
That's true.
I'm Rose Harbor.
9 months ago, Joe Mary Rose is on. Okay, so it's her harbor. It's Rose's Harbor.
Okay.
Cedar Cove.
Oh,
It's really
it's
Rose's
her.
Cove.
Rose's Cove.
So,
Okay.
oh, this is nonfiction. I'm sorry. I usually
okay.
start with nonfiction.
It's all right.
American Heiress: The Wild Saga of the Kidnapping, Crimes, and Trial of Patty Hearst by Jeffrey Toobin. You're the resident historian.
Don't throw this over to me because I don't know much about this one.
What? Wasn't she the one that was like kidnapped, but then like joined the group that kidnapped her?
I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah, she
When
was
they
a
wanted to,
sophomore
like-
in college. She was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army, and then like she had joined them.
Was she eventually pardoned? I don't remember. How
I
that-
couldn't tell you. I
how
haven't
that story
read the
ends.
book.
So, yeah,
Spoiler
don't give
alert.
it away.
Yeah.
Keep that secret.
The saga of Patty Hearst highlighted a decade in which America seemed to be suffering a collective nervous breakdown.
Okay.
Is that true?
I mean,
1974?
that was before my time. Sorry, I wasn't
You sure?
around. Yeah.
All right. Dark Carousel. It's a
Wow.
Carpathian novel by Christine Feehan.
Okay.
So I don't know what number book this is in the series. Didn't we find out last time?
She's
there's like
prolific.
book 30
Yeah.
in this series.
That doesn't surprise me.
The moment Charlotte Vintage walks into his club,
Yeah.
Tariq Asengard's blood is set on fire. The ancient Carpathian has given up hope of finding his life mate, but now he'll do anything to make Charlotte his own.
Anything.
When Tariq doesn't know, it is that Charlotte is using herself and best friend as bait
Whoa.
to try to draw out the bloodthirsty killers who have already murdered Charlotte's brother
Oh
and
my
mentor.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
So
Is Christine Feehan the one you accidentally picked up and you read a whole book?
no, that was Sherilyn.
Sherilyn Kenyon?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
These Christine Feehan books are so popular, though.
Yeah.
We get them, and it's like boom, boom, boom. So,
Yeah.
good for
So-
you, Christine.
Yeah. Good for her. I don't know who you're quoting.
I don't.
with that
It's a
good-
Christopher Walken thing, but I don't even remember
Okay.
now.
Hey, we got Smooth Operator.
Hey,
this is a
Stone
Teddy
Barrington,
Faye
right?
book.
Oh, yeah.
Stewart's Woods. That was
And?
embarrassing for you. And
He's got to go off.
oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Parnell Hall.
Yeah.
Is anybody writing their own book these
Well,
days?
this is. I mean, we talked about this a little before, but this is like a spin-off of a recurring like minor character. So I
when
think
President Kate Lee calls Stone Barrington to Washington on an urgent matter, soon clear
Yeah,
of
so
potential
Stone's in
disaster. And he knows just the right man for the job. Teddy Faye, ex-CIA, master of disguise, and a gentleman not known for abiding by
Teddy
legal
Faye
niceties.
shows up in the Stone Barringtons and some of the Holly Barkers. He's just around.
Okay.
So this is his first like.
Hey, speaking of Dragon Mark, a Dark Hunter novel by Sherilyn Kenyon.
There she is.
There she is. Centuries ago, Ilarion was betrayed. A dragon made human against his will, then forced to serve humanity as a dragon mount in their army.
Oh, boy.
And to fight for them in barbaric wars, even while he hated everything about them.
Wait, are we talking about a dragon?
Yeah.
The dragon.
He's a dragon who's been made human. But he
Oh,
was
he's been
also
made human.
He was a dragon mount.
Oh,
Enslaved and separated from everyone he knew and from his
Okay.
own dragon brothers, he was forced into exile into a fey realm where he lost his only thing he ever really loved. Now he has a chance to regain what's been lost, to have the one thing he covers most, but only if he gives up his brothers and forsakes the oath he holds most dear.
Oh, convoluted.
I don't see anything about him falling in love.
Really? He doesn't fall in love?
It doesn't say anything about that.
Oh.
Terrifies him as the cost of his happiness. Oh, he might lose his happiness. I bet there's a late.
Maybe
a
he
late
could hook
dragon.
up with Charlotte from the Christine Feehan book.
There you go.
So we could have another literary crossover right here.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right. James Patterson has a new book coming out. Well, so does Michael Ledwidge.
Okay.
Bullseye, Michael Bennett.
Oh.
So caught in the crosshairs of a
Yeah.
deadly standoff.
It's like-
Detective Michael Bennett must kill or be killed.
Mm-hmm. I've never read a Michael Bennett.
Okay.
So I can't help you. I know he's got like 8 kids.
Okay.
And he's a super secret agent.
This actually comes out August 1st. See, James Patterson doesn't play by anybody.
No, he doesn't.
It's like,
No.
your books are coming
No.
out August 2nd?
He's like, well, spoiler alert, I didn't even write it.
Yeah. You call this a novella? I call it a
A
bookshot.
book shot. Pew, pew.
Speaking of, Chase, a bookshot, a Michael Bennett story, bookshots. James Patterson and Michael Ledwidge. Comes out August 2nd. And
man
let's
spins
play
gold.
Make Believe by James Patterson and James O'Born.
James O'Born.
Yeah.
That's not a series, that's just a standalone bookshot?
Both survivors of the divorce wars. Wait, maybe this is sci-fi.
There were
then.
divorce wars?
Christy and Martin don't believe in love at first sight, and certainly not on a first date.
No way.
But from the instant they lock eyes, life becomes a sexy romantic dream come true. That is, until they start playing a strangely intense game of make-believe.
Oh.
A game that's about to go too far. This does sound sexy.
Let's do it.
What did you
Wait,
find out the other ones were called?
Flames. Is it a book? Is it a bookshop? Flames.
It doesn't say it. No.
Is it yellow? Is the cover yellow?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have no idea.
It's just bookshots.
Weird.
So.
All right. So it's for all.
I mean, all of them are. Let's not get into gender politics. Let's not have James Patterson be the focus of gender politics.
No.
All right, and then I got 2 mangas. Attack on Titan number 19.
Oh boy, jeez.
So,
have kids already started asking when we're gonna get this?
I already ordered our copy.
I know, but usually it's like, why don't you have that yet? It's like,
I know. And
they're still printing them.
And My Hero Academia, Volume 5. My Hero Academia is like a new one.
Do we
The
have
anime
that
just
series?
came out last season. Like we just watched it in our anime club, the whole thing. It was like the one everyone was waiting to show. It's a superhero one. It's super popular now. And we do have the first 4 volumes of the manga. And they're also, this is now like the new hotness.
The new hotness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about a bunch of kids that go to a school because they have superpowers, except the main character doesn't have superpowers but wants to be a superhero.
That's the plot to Sky High.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
The kid doesn't have superpowers.
No.
He doesn't have superpowers,
No, because
and he
this
goes
is
to that
different
school.
because the main hero is like super strong and played by Kurt Russell.
No, that's Sky High, starring Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston.
No, this is a manga starring Danielle Panabaker.
No, that's Sky High. That's a Disney
confused.
movie, Sky High.
You're confused.
Wow.
You're confused.
Copyright infringement right here.
All right, you want to do the New York Times bestsellers list?
Man, I was
Guess
hoping-
what's not on this list?
Tell me.
Girl on a Train.
Really?
Because this is the hardcover fiction.
Aha.
And Girl on a Train is now out on paperback.
All right.
So
Unthroned. Dethroned?
And it's
Dethroned.
there now. It's still like number 1 and number 2 on all the combined and paperback
Yeah, I bet
one.
it is. Yeah.
So
what do we got hardcover?
all right, let's see.
All right.
What was that about?
I don't know.
What did I sound like?
You were like, all right.
You're mean.
No. Hey. After
That's
50,
what I'm going to do that when you're mean.
50 golden episodes together. Don't turn on me now, man.
Man, 50.
I know.
We've been through a lot.
I know.
Number 10, Before the Fall by Noah Hartley. A private jet crashes, a firestorm of meteor madness ensues.
Did you say sewers?
Ensues?
Ensues.
Ensues.
You said a media crashes in sewers.
Yeah.
I don't. That's misleading.
Number 9, End of Watch by Stephen King.
Stephen King.
It's the conclusion of the Bill Hodges trilogy. This was Nick's favorite of the trilogy.
Man, that went out with a whimper.
The
I
Joker.
didn't like it at all.
Oh, okay.
No, the
Number 8, All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Dewar. Anthony can do or no wrong with this book.
Okay. All right. We'll
tried.
allow it. Yeah.
All right. Number 7, The Games by James Patterson and Mark Sullivan, otherwise known as Private Rio.
That's right.
Okay.
Good job, man.
Number 6, The Nightingale by Kristen Henna. Once Girl on the Train was
Why is this
gone,
resurging?
because Girl on the Train's gone.
Oh. Well, okay.
People are still
All
reading
right.
this. Plus, don't forget, All the Light We
I
Cannot
shouldn't
See.
begrudge Kristen Hanna her success. Good for her.
All the
I
Light
just-
We Cannot See is going to be a movie like this fall.
Really?
So
Oh yeah, actually,
expect
I
that
just
book to
I saw a movie poster for it.
stay forever.
Yeah.
Magic by Danielle Steele.
Oh.
We already talked about that. Everything she does is magic.
Yeah.
New this week.
And
Number
we already
4,
talked about that. We already talked
The
about
Woman in Cabin 10.
it. Ooh.
A travel writer on a cruise is certain she heard a body thrown overboard, but no one believes her.
Weird sound to have heard.
Cruise?
Just
Oh,
a
so she's on a
splash.
boat.
Maybe
yeah.
it was a dolphin.
Yeah, that's true. Or just
All
the
right,
water
anyway.
splashing up
Yeah,
against the
she
boat.
sounds a little hysterical.
Yeah. Number 3,
Wait,
first.
wait. Who's that by?
That's Ruth Ware.
Huh.
Or Wow.
No, I don't know this.
Wari.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's Ware.
It's where? Okay.
All right, number 3, First Comes Love by Emily Griffin.
That's holding strong.
Sure, 4 weeks on this list.
Yeah.
6 weeks on this list at number 2, The Girls by Emma Klein.
That
This one's
hasn't
going to be here
moved.
forever.
That
No.
hasn't moved.
This is the California teenager that's drawn into the Mason-like cult. Oh, I keep saying Mason.
You do.
Manson.
Yeah.
Manson-like cult.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Little known Mason cult.
Yeah. Who did they kill?
The Mansons?
Mansons?
Lots of people.
But wasn't it like a celebrity
I wish I could tell you.
or like a president's
Don't know.
wife?
Not a president. I don't know. Watch the NBC show Aquarius starring David Duchovny. And you get your answers.
Oh, all right. Number 1, The Black Widow by Daniel
That's right.
Silva.
Good job.
I thought it was Danielle
It's
all
not.
these years.
He's a man.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
The Black Widow, number 1. Gabriel Allen, the Israeli art restorer and spy, recruits and trains a doctor from Jerusalem to help capture a secret ISIS terrorist in France.
That's 2 ISIS. We got 2 ISIS mentions.
Yeah.
Weird.
And plus the one about the superheroine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
does that have any relation to Wonder Woman?
No, and again, you made it up. So
The hero?
No, no, that's true, but we don't. You just brought that up. It didn't come up naturally. You just brought it up.
It did come up naturally.
It doesn't count. You know what we didn't? You know what we didn't talk about though? We got
What?
a little bit of a scoop because the DVD doesn't come out for a while. Eric and I saw The Killing Joke.
The Batman Killing Joke?
Batman: The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
On the big screen.
We did. That movie made $3 million in that one day
That's good.
with like only
Right?
like 5,000, or
Yeah.
not 5, but like very limited screenings.
I was
One night
surprised.
event.
I know. What was we going like a Monday? We went on a Monday.
Monday
night.
at a 7:30
And it
show.
was like packed.
It was packed. There were more people there than when we saw Star Trek.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And I gotta say, I like the movie much more than I like the Alan Moore graphic novel.
I think
which we do have in our
I
collection.
think I would have liked the
now, so
movie
check it
more
out.
too if it just started 45 minutes later.
I don't know. I kind of liked. They give you a little backstory on Batgirl because in the comic it just jumps right to it. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of nice. I think they could have made.
I
it
didn't think it
little
was
bit-
a strong Batgirl story.
No, I think they could have made it more seamless. Like I don't know why they had to put her to make her a strong character. They're like, oh, here's a man that she has a weird flirtation with. It didn't really work.
No.
You know.
But anyway.
But I still like the movie better than that dark comic book. So,
Yeah.
Which we have. So check it out.
Plus, Mark Hamill sings
He did sing.
in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he
that was
did.
an awkward part because the animation wasn't really like up to the dance
No, it
number.
wasn't. It was not. No,
So-
you know what? And his singing as a Joker sounds exactly like the Bob Dylan Christmas album. So it was really, don't you think?
Do you think
Was
Mark
there-
Hamill Ghost sang the Bob Dylan Christmas album?
I mean, I can't say that he didn't. Let's put it that way.
that is a hard listen.
I know.
The Bob Dylan Christmas
know.
album.
It is.
So anyway,
All the book through the ages. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
You echo that. Okay.
All right.
Join us again for a new segment. All the book through the ages.
Ages,
Oh, I was gonna say the
ages,
whole. You do the
ages.
whole.
Oh,
thing,
I
so
thought it
through
was-
the ages, like through the ages.
I just did that.
We'll try it again. All the books through the
Ages,
ages. No, don't
ages.
start it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Start it through. It's
Oh,
irrelevant.
through.
At
Okay,
this
go
point,
ahead.
we lost
Go
it.
ahead.
All the books through the
ages. No, wait. When you say
no,
through,
you can't. No, you can't do it. You can't. No, it's already ruined. It's already
Okay.
ruined. So, what we decided to do to celebrate our 50th is to look at the 1950s.
Yeah.
This is
1850s,
our new segment,
1750s.
All the books. No, we're just-
1650s.
No, but that's a common mistake. You hear the 50s and you think, well, which ones? Because
Yeah.
there have been several.
I thought we were going to talk about we were each going to list our 50 favorite books of all time.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
we did our 10
Yeah,
favorite
it's an
in
overnight
episode 10.
It's an overnight episode. Yeah, you gotta.
That'd be 100 different books. Do you think we'd have any overlap?
I honestly don't. No, I don't.
50
I don't
books.
think there'd be even a hint. I don't even think we hit the same author. So all the books through the ages, we're gonna look through a different decade. And
Yeah.
since this is our 50th, we're gonna go 50s.
So like Marty McFly,
Yeah.
we're going back to the 50s, just like that classic line in Back to the Future.
No, but where we're going, we don't need
Back.
no
50s.
No, you're ruining
What?
it. You're ruining
Wait,
it.
he does say it though. In Back to the Future too. He says, "You're not going to believe it. We got to go back to the 50s." And he's like, "I don't believe it."
Yeah, that's true.
And then they go, and he's
that
like, "Now
that
I'm."
does happen. So
Don't tell me.
about the the history. It's not history.
The history of the 50s?
It's not History Channel.
He was
anymore.
born of the 40s.
They just like history. So history has this to say, history.com. America at this moment, said the former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill in 1945, stands at the summit of the world. During the 1950s, it was easy to see what Churchill meant. The United States was the world's strongest military power. Its economy was booming, and the fruits of this prosperity, new cars, suburban houses, and other consumer goods, were available to more people than ever before. However, the 1950s were also an era of great conflict. For example, the nascent civil rights movement and the crusade against communism at home and abroad exposed the underlying divisions in American society. So you could say it was the best of times and the...
Worst.
You are
Worst of
just-
times. Worst.
No.
Worst of times.
You're the worst of times.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
Prices in the 1950s. What do you think the average house costs? You don't know what the average
$27.
house costs now. No, you're wrong.
Okay.
$14,500. The average income, annual income,
Well, 10,000.
$3,216. A Ford car ranged from anywhere from
$700.
$1,300 to $2,200. A TV, $199. So that's pretty much the same,
Yeah.
really. Admiral Home Entertainment TV system, so the big guns, $549.50. 12-inch record, $485. Milk, 82 cents a gallon. Gas, 20 cents a gallon. Bread, 14 cents a loaf.
I only ever fill up my tank with 20 cents of gas, so I'm still living off of
Boy, that's a
50s
lot.
prices.
Yeah, that's great for you. Postage stamps, 3 cents. Pumpkins. I don't know why it lists pumpkins.
Yeah, how much were
But I'm
pumpkins
going to
going
tell
for
you.
then?
I'm going to tell you they are 2 cents a pound.
What?
Yeah.
You could get
Yeah.
so many pumpkins now.
The pumpkin prices have just skyrocketed.
yeah. The pumpkin famine's to blame about
This,
that from the 60s.
you'll like this Campbell's Pork and Beans.
Why would
1
they?
pound can, 25 cents.
Cool.
Sirloin steak, 77 cents a pound.
Uh-huh.
And Kraft mayonnaise, care to guess? For a quart jar of mayonnaise. Do you know what mayonnaise costs today?
It's about $3.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. A quart jar, what would you say?
Oh, it's about 15 cents.
62 cents.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Mayonnaise
You
was an
never know.
expensive commodity back
You
then.
never know. I like the 50s.
I hate them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
This is shocking to me.
I do.
How do you hate the 50s?
I mean, it's nice that they were all like, we're done with war, let's have a party, and boom
Yeah.
out lots of babies
Oh,
or
like
something.
leather jackets and pop
Yeah,
collars
I don't
and
know.
Converse tennis shoes. And
I don't like the movies. I
Shabooms.
don't like the underlying racism that everybody's like, remember how great the 50s were? Not everybody remembers how great they were.
Man, just
I don't,
as soon
I don't
as
love the music.
70s hit, everybody wished it was still the 50s. At Happy Days, you have Grease.
Yeah, that's
45-year-old men pretending they're teenagers in the 50s.
That's
in the movie
because
Grease.
when the 70s happened, people were like, oh,
Yeah.
this has all been under
50s
the
was a
surface,
good
and now
time.
we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Plus, in the 90s, everybody wanted the 70s. It's of course they
Okay.
wanted it to be 20 years ago.
You're bringing me down.
Anyway, I also don't like the 50s. I don't like 50s music.
You're harsh on my butt.
I
I
try to
50s
listen
music.
to it, and it's like they didn't realize they could go up certain speeds.
Yeah.
They're like, slow down.
I love 50s music.
Hey,
I miss
yeah.
it. We were just having a conversation about how it's hard to find 50s music. And that's what, whenever
If I could send you back in time and leave you in the 50s, I would. But not because I hate you, but to make you happy.
I mean, I don't know why
I'm sorry.
you said it in such a threatening way that I
I
think
did.
me and our home listeners probably felt a little
Yeah.
threatened by it. But
Sorry.
okay, all right. Whenever I drive my father-in-law's truck, he has Sirius radio. I'm like, boom, 50s channel. I alternate between that and Elvis radio, but Elvis radio tends to be a bunch of Southern men talking and very little music.
Weird.
So sorry, Elvis radio.
When we get to the 70s, I'll have more to say.
You have a lot
I like
to
the
say.
70s.
Yeah, you sure do like the 70s. So let's dive into the 50s pop culture.
Yeah.
Let's look at some. I've got some award winners, but I'm going to take a look at the big books from the 1950s. All right,
Okay.
here we go. Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, wait, we're starting with books?
Well, I'm just going to list a few books. Yeah.
Okay. Catcher in the Rye?
Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger came
Nice.
out in the 50s. Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Because of its bad reviews. East of Eden by John Steinbeck. On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Did you read On the Road?
No.
I read On the Road.
No,
Not for me.
I didn't.
Not for me. I'm not a beatnik, so it didn't really work. Lord of the Flies. I know you read Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, I did.
I don't.
It's great.
I haven't read it.
Yeah.
Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I
Yeah.
haven't read that. Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote. I tried to remember on our to read episode.
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's has been on mine forever. I tried to read it and hated it.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Okay. So that's not one thing that we both kind of liked.
So I said, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's?
No, I already quoted it. I beat you to it.
Darn it. I don't know the song well enough to know
Yeah,
that you were
sorry.
quoting it. Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. We
That's
both
true.
read that. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, that came out in
We're like a
1954.
couple of 50s. Let's go to a
That-
sock hop.
Fahrenheit 451 actually got a retroactive Hugo Award.
Really?
Because they do retro Hugo Awards every
Wow.
now and then because
Okay.
there were some books that were released before they started doing
Okay.
that. And Fahrenheit 451 is the one they picked for 1954.
Interesting.
It won it in 2004.
Wow.
So it finally got the
50.
recognition it deserved.
There you go.
So Fahrenheit 451 is a great book.
Yeah,
You
it is
hated
good.
that, right?
No, I didn't hate it.
You wanted the firemen to win? The
No.
people burning books?
You're
You were like,
remembering
do
that wrong.
it!
You're being aggressive again.
Okay.
Dr. Zhivago.
Oh, yeah.
Lord of the Rings. Little known Lord of the Rings. Fantasy, I believe.
It is fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, they should look into. I feel
Go
like
on.
today they might be able to do something with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Hold on.
I don't know.
I'm going to do that whenever a joke lands.
Okay, that one did land just
Yeah.
right. Yeah. You know, there's a prequel that they made 3 movies out of.
Yeah, that's
Like a
true. You know what?
60-page prequel.
I was just talking
9
about
hours.
the Hobbit movies today
9
because I
hours.
was just listening to some of the songs.
I kind of like the Hobbit movies.
I hate Battle of the Five Armies. I'll never watch it again.
Really?
Yeah. Desolation of Smog is like great. It's one of my favorites.
Is that the first?
That's the second one.
Second. Okay.
So
Which one is the barrel scene? Where they're all in the barrels and fighting and jumping
Second
around.
one. That's
I like
just
that. That was
fun.
fun. That was good times.
So.
Lord of the Rings came out in 1954.
Yeah.
Peyton Place.
1954.
Yes.
Wow, and that wasn't even nominated for the Hugo
Wow. Look out.
retroactive awards.
Does Hugo do fantasy?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It's harder time.
Okay. Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah.
From Here to Eternity.
Mhm.
A Good Man is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor.
Yeah.
Gift from the Sea by Anne Morrow Lindbergh. And The Power of Positive Thinking. We should probably both read that.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No,
I can.
No, all right.
I mean, what's the point?
I was just suggesting it, but that's okay. That's all right. Well, we're talking a little bit about sci-fi. So what? Tell us the sci-fi landscape at this time.
So the Hugo Awards. So I mean, I don't know too much about. I mean, 50s movies. It was stuff like what's that? The Day the Earth Stood Still and everything. That kind of films are
Yeah.
coming out. But for
Glad
books, you got the Hugo Awards. They started in 1953, and the
Okay.
first winner was Alfred Bester's The Demolished Man.
Demolition Man, Wesley
No,
Snipes.
Demolish Man. This is the first one. I've read it. It's very good.
Yeah.
He started that leet speak where you start putting numbers instead of letters, like Kate is spelt with a K and an 8.
Yeah.
But he's the guy who created the Green Lantern Oath.
Really?
Alfred Bester. Yeah.
Really?
So.
I don't think that's true.
It is true. I've said it before in other podcasts because I read his other book, The Star's My Destination.
All right.
So
I believe you.
He's the guy who wrote what's his name? Alan Scott's. I don't know what his was, but he wrote Blackest Night one. Mark Clifton and Frank Riley in 1955 won They'd Rather Be Right, also known as The Forever Machine.
Okay.
Haven't read that one yet. It's on my list, though, because it's on the Hugo list. 1956, Robert A. Heinlein won his first Hugo Award for Double Star, which I read and it's okay. He'll go on to bigger and better things with Starship Troopers in the 60s. In fact, that book will start the 60s.
That's 1960
Yeah.
when it comes out? That ushers in the 60s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fritz Lieber, he writes The Big Time and won a Hugo for that. And James Blish, Acacia Conscious, comes out in 1959.
Blish?
Blish.
I've read Blish. He read Star Trek. I read a couple of his Trek books.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Robert Heinlein did not win in 1955
That's
for
too
Half Spacesuit Will Travel, but that's considered young adult now.
I like that title.
I can't remember which one. It's either They'd Rather Be Right or The Big Time that's considered to be the worst mistake the Hugo Awards have ever made. So no way to know.
So have you read a lot of 50s sci-fi?
I don't think so.
No.
Looking at the
I was
winners.
thinking that you had more.
Maybe without knowing it.
All
Not
right.
really.
Well, one of my favorite, I think you've read this one too, actually.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of that genre that came out at that time is The Body Snatchers by Jack Finney.
Oh, yeah.
Came out in 1955.
I did read that.
Jack Finney, as longtime listeners know, is my all-time favorite author.
And he wrote 2 books.
No,
Oh.
he wrote lots of books.
Jurassic
but
Park?
He didn't write Jurassic Park.
Oh.
His first 4 books did come out in the 50s, and they are Five Against the House,
Uh-huh.
which is about a casino robbery.
Uh-huh.
And it was so well planned that the casino it was based on had to change their security setup because they thought, well, he found a hole. Body Snatchers, House of Numbers, Assault on a Queen. So some really good ones. That's about a heist of a cruise ship. All very good. I think actually all of those were made into movies as well.
Okay.
So
What year in the 50s did Fonzarelli jet ski or water ski over the shark?
it was like 1978, but no, and I don't know. Actually, I haven't watched a lot of Happy Days.
Wow.
Have you? You like?
Yeah.
You like?
I watched like Nick and Knight was doing them when I was a kid. I watched all of the
I
Happy
feel like
Days.
I've seen more Mork and Mindy.
Wow.
So
No.
it's not even set. in the
I
50s.
watched Happy Days and Joni Loves Chachi.
Joni Loves Chachi.
Yeah.
Wow. Somewhere Scott Baio is thanking you.
Well, it was on.
That's great.
I was
What about
weirdly
Laverne-
committed to their relationship.
Laverne and Shirley.
No.
No. All right.
Sorry.
I've seen some Laverne and Shirley.
It doesn't have anything to do with the 50s.
Neither here nor there.
So.
No, I think it's set in the 50s.
Mad Men's set in the 50s. No, it's not. It's set in the 60s.
Yeah.
I also don't like the 60s.
Wow.
But not as maybe I do.
You are bringing
We'll
me
wait
down.
we'll wait for another 10 episodes.
I'm
I'll be
excited
able to
to
tell
hear
you
you
if I
talk
like
about
the 60s. I bet I do.
More things you don't like. All right. So let's talk. What you want to hit movies while you're at it?
Sure. Do you want to know the people that won the Academy Awards?
I'd like to hear the ones that are still like that we would still hold up as.
All right. Well, in 1950, All About Eve won the Academy Award. It beat out Sunset Boulevard. That's crazy.
I have not seen either of those.
It also
movies.
beat out Father the Bride.
Oh, hey, Spencer
So,
Tracy.
you haven't seen Sunset Boulevard or All About Eve?
No, and actually,
You're
I
a
don't
weird
think I've
fella.
seen Father of the Bride, the original.
Wow. Okay. Well, 1951 was An American in Paris. Gene Kelly. You haven't seen that one either?
No,
Has like the 17-minute big dance number where they're just dancing.
that's a lot of minutes.
It is. Actually, there's going to be a production of that somewhere. Shay.
Oh,
Didn't we
Shays
see
in
that
Buffalo?
like in
Okay.
November?
Cool.
American in Paris. It beat out Streetcar Named Desire. 1952.
I haven't seen that either, but I've read the script.
The Greatest Show on Earth. I haven't seen it.
sorry.
Beat out High Noon and The Quiet Man.
No, I haven't seen those either.
You haven't seen High Noon?
No,
What?
this is crazy.
I thought you loved the 50s.
Well, apparently not.
Jeez. All right,
Apparently I'm
1953,
a
From
poser.
Here to Eternity.
No,
Are you kidding
I
me?
haven't seen it or read the book.
Okay. Well,
What else you got?
that's crazy. It beat out Shane.
I haven't seen it.
I thought you loved Westerns.
I haven't seen Shane.
Whew. 1954, On the Waterfront.
No.
All right, well, beat out Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yes. I
You
have
have?
seen
Oh,
that.
good.
Howard Keel.
I
when
haven't
when I was in college, they showed it on the big
Okay.
screen. Saw that. It's the only
silly.
time.
Marty won in 1955. I haven't seen that one.
I do want to see that. I love Ernest Borgnine.
1956, Around the World in 80 Days. I haven't seen that one. That seems silly. It beat out the
Rex, like Rex Harrison?
It must be.
Not Jackie Chan. Not the Jackie Chan or the Pierce Brosnan.
It beat out Giant, The King and I, and The Ten Commandments.
I've seen The Ten Commandments.
That seems kind of crazy.
Crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
1957, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Oh, good.
I do love that movie. Yeah.
Beat out 12 Angry Men.
Alex Guinness in it. Alec Guinness.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, 12 Angry Men is also very good. It's a play I've always wanted to do.
Well, apparently the
Peter
Academy
Fonda.
doesn't think it's as good as The Bridge on the River Kwai.
That's a tough call.
1958, Gigi won. It doesn't look Cat on a Tin Roof. That's the only one I recognize.
I haven't seen it.
1959 was Ben-Hur.
No, I haven't seen
Beat
it.
out The Diary of Anne Frank. Ooh, boy.
Wow. You know, Ben-Hur, they're making the new
And
movie.
Autonomy of a Murder.
Anatomy.
Oh.
Autonomy of a murder.
Yeah.
This murder can do whatever it wants on its own.
Yeah.
Ben-Hur is coming. They're making a new Ben-Hur movie.
Yeah.
And it's based on a book.
Sure. The
And
book Ben-Hur.
Did the book Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
And like either the granddaughter or the great-granddaughter of the original writer has like gone through and made a new like
We talked about this
NIV
last week.
of Ben-Hur. And yeah. So that's out there. It's out there for the world to take. I just think it's a weird thing to do.
It is a weird thing.
Yeah.
We just went
Ben-Hur.
through the
I guess it's
years.
coming back.
We just went through the 50s of those.
Yeah,
So
wow.
you haven't seen
Exciting.
anything from the 50s.
I
Maybe you
would.
should
I
get
saw
off
a
my
few.
back.
I guess I should. Yeah, I don't know what I'm
So-
talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, let's while we're talking about entertainment, let's talk a little bit about the old Tony Awards.
The Tony
From
Awards.
the Tony Awards
That's
from the 50s.
you're stretching.
South Pacific won
Okay.
in 1950. You seen South Pacific?
No.
I was in South Pacific.
Oh, then I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
No. I
No,
did.
it was before I knew you.
Yeah.
1951, a personal favorite of ours. One of the few plays we were in together. Guys and Dolls. Won 1951.
Yep.
1952, The King and I. 1953, Wonderful Town. Have not seen Wonderful Town. 54 was, a tie. Kismet. No. 1955, Pajama Game. 56, Damn Yankees. 57, My Fair Lady. 58, The Music Man. 59, Redhead. I don't know what that is.
Me either.
But the rest of them have remained pretty strong,
Cool.
I think. I don't
All
think
right.
Redhead really did much.
Oh,
So-
boy. 50s aren't really like putting in a good show here today.
Really? I liked most of those shows.
Okay.
South Pacific's great.
I haven't seen it. I
great-
thought it was silly. I thought it was
great music.
nonsensical.
South Pacific?
Yeah.
No.
The movie? Just the movie?
No, it's not nonsensical.
What am I thinking of then?
I have no idea.
I think I'm thinking of South Pacific. Anyway. it's not
South
the point.
Pacific is about a young nurse
Uh-huh.
who falls in love with like a older
What's the song from South
landowner.
Pacific?
Some Enchanted Evening.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you know what? Crazy Ex-Girlfriend started with the I fall in love,
I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a great song.
Okay.
Great song. So what's the World of Kids Lit doing in the 50s?
Let's look at the picture. I guess these are picture books. The Caldecott, is that right?
Yeah. Well, it's illustrations.
Song of the Shadow.
Don't know.
Song of the Swallows.
Okay, that's too
Song of the Shadows. That
yeah,
sounds. That's a great
terrifying.
title.
Yeah.
The Egg Tree.
No,
Finders Keepers by Nicholas Mordvinoff.
not the Stephen King novel of
No.
2 years ago. Okay.
If I Ran a Zoo, Lost in 1951. So yeah,
Was that Seuss?
yeah, it's Dr. Seuss.
I don't like that one very much.
Okay. Well, we're still talking about Dr. Seuss, and nobody's talking about whatever this is, the Egg Tree.
Burn, take that, Egg Tree.
Madeline's Rescue.
Madeline, yeah.
Madeline. Good
Yeah,
for her.
our little French friend.
Cinderella or The Little Glass Slipper.
Hmm.
I don't know what that's. It doesn't look. It beat the Book of Nursery and Mother Goose Rhymes
Wow,
that
take
year.
that, Mother Goose.
Boy, yeah.
She doesn't know anything.
Children had a hard time in the 50s, I feel like.
Did they?
Don't you feel like?
I have no idea.
Nothing good was out for them.
Nothing good was
Yeah.
out? Wow.
Like, look, what
you
were
know,
they
James
watching?
Bond came out in the 50s. Casino Royale was, I think, 54. Good year.
Kids were crazy about that.
No, not kids, but
Frog Went to Courtin.
I'm going to track that book down and read it right now.
By,
Frog Went to Courtin.
Frog Went a Courtin by Fyodor Rojankovsky.
Wow.
Rojankovsky. Mark Simmet had a Tree is Nice.
Okay.
That was obviously trying to chase down the Giving Tree.
Yeah, apparently.
Speaking of the Giving Tree, do you remember the 30 Rock episode where Alec Baldwin was doing a video thing for his child in case he died? And he read like the Giving Tree, and at the end he's like, what's the guy's name?
I don't
The
know.
author's name?
I don't know.
I've ruined the joke. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's all right.
1958, Time of Wonder.
All right.
And number 59, Chanticleer and the Fox. Man, people are going to be mad I
Chanticleer.
forgot the name of the Giving Tree author.
Yeah.
Whew.
I can't think of it. You can look it up.
Yeah, I could.
Or our listeners, they can look it up.
That
and
was
supply
nothing
it
for
on
picture
Twitter.
books. But I got Newbery.
Yeah, boy, those
The Newbery medals.
those weren't really. I mean, I know the Chanticleer story, but I don't know that particular one.
Well, Newbery medals more your age, I think.
That's rude. Get it? All right.
We start with Amos Fortune, Freeman. Nope. Ginger Pie. That's a big one, right? Ginger Pie.
Is it?
Have you
I
read
guess
Ginger?
I've heard of it. I've
Okay.
read it.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Secret of Andes.
Nope.
And now Miguel. The Wheel of the School.
I would fully believe you're making these up.
Carry on, Mr. Bowditch.
What?
Miracles on Maple Hill.
No.
Rifles for Wadey.
Oh.
The Witch of Blackberry Pond. I've heard that.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you tell me if I'm making up a title here.
Oh,
Ready?
boy. I'm ready. Okay.
All right, this is the last one.
Okay.
Along Came a Dog. Onion John. My Side of the Mountain.
Okay.
Or Old Ramon.
Old Ramon you made up.
Nope, they're all real.
They're all real?
Yeah.
Wow, that was good acting.
Thanks, man.
You were all like looking up, thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
well, I'm on camera now.
I have to take a little credit for that good acting that you just did, though. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, 1960. My Side of the Mountain lost. More people are reading My Side of the Mountain than Onion John. This is another. So anyway.
Onion John, by that poor fellow.
All right, that's all I got for anything. So you're gonna have to carry the rest of this.
So how do you feel about those?
I have never read any of them.
I mean, did you come across any of them that make you think like, oh, I got to check this out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, when I was in
love a good
school,
list.
I never read any of the Newbery winners in class, but there was always a class that was reading them, and that's how I kind of started realizing that maybe I wasn't as good of a child reader as I thought.
Oh boy.
So.
Oh boy. I love a good list. So maybe I'll pick like Newberys or Caldegots and go through and like read them all to my son.
Yeah.
It's methodical. I like that.
Okay.
Well, it's all right. We don't have to talk about it.
Sure.
Pulitzer Prize for fiction. That wasn't a joke.
Oh, sorry.
It's just real. It's what we're
Got
doing.
really excited.
Yeah.
1950s.
Yeah, that's great. 1950s. For 1950, The Way West by A.B. Guthrie Jr. I don't know it.
Yeah.
The Town by Conrad Richter.
Wait. That's different than The Town.
Than the Ben
Our
Affleck
Town.
movie? Oh, then Our Town. That's Thornton
Yeah.
Wilder anyway.
Yeah.
The Cane Mutiny by Herman Wouk. So there's one.
There's one.
Yeah, Cane Mutiny, we all know.
Should I do this every time we know one?
The Old Man in the Sea.
Nice.
We had a long talk about The Old Man in the Sea coming
we?
back from STLS last time. Yeah,
Right, because
we got
one,
right into
neither
it.
one of us has read it.
No.
And we need to read it.
Yeah.
And I plan to read it, but also because the new Red Hot Chili Pepper album, there's
Yeah.
a song called The Hunter.
Yeah.
And he calls the person he's singing to and says, "You're my old man in the sea."
Yeah.
And I have no idea
Yeah,
what Anthony
could
Kiedis
that
means
mean?
by that.
I don't know.
Like,
I want to.
wait, was it a conversation or was it just a bit where
It
you
could
were being an old man in the sea?
That's the one.
That,
yeah,
it wasn't a conversation.
No,
it was just you being like, "I'm the old man from the sea."
I was just called. Well, I got to get back to the sea.
Yeah.
That was pretty much.
Yeah, that was the bit, but it lasted 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Just you, me, and the
I was
car.
going to say 10, but you're probably right. It probably was closer to 30. I want to congratulate you on bringing up the Red Hot Chili Peppers in a very relevant way.
Yeah.
Usually you don't try, but that time,
Yeah.
it was like perfect
Yeah.
landing. I love it. You stuck the landing. It was great.
Thanks, man.
1954.
Guess you could say I gave it
Oh.
away now.
No, see that was like the usual stuff. 1954, no award given. Ouch.
Ooh, what were the nominees?
I don't know. It doesn't list it. Well, there was nothing. Nothing. Was,
Maybe they
there was
thought all
like-
the choices were communist choices.
1954. They're like, forget it. I hate every book. 1955, A Fable by William Faulkner.
Okay.
1956, Andersonville by McKinley Cantor. That sounds fake. 1957, no award given.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Who are you, Pulitzer Prize?
I don't know.
Hugo does that every now and then.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
The jury had recommended the 1957 award to Elizabeth Spencer's The Voice at the Back Door, but the Pulitzer Board, which has sole discretion for awarding the prize, made no award. Wow. That was,
You think it was sexism at
They
work?
like vetoed it. That's
You
crazy.
think it was 1950 sexism?
Death in the Family
You don't
by
care.
James. Oh, I don't know.
Death in the
I
Family.
mean,
Wait, the Batman novel?
No.
Comic? I don't know what I
No.
just said. I tried to
Covel.
confuse
You said
comic
Covel.
and novel together, and I
yeah.
said Covel.
We were all there for that.
Wow. Hold on.
Death in the Family by James Agee, 1958. The Travels of Jamie McFeeters by Robert Louis Taylor.
Everybody's reading that
1959.
now.
Boy, that was a mixed bag. A mixed bag of things that made sense.
Wait, did you
Things
do
that didn't.
1959?
Yeah, The Travels of Jamie McFeeters.
Oh, that was the last one.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we skipped
you know what?
two. There's two not awards.
I was reading about the Newbery Awards, and it mentions how like most kids do not read the Newbery Awards ones
Oh.
unless they're made to.
Yeah.
Like they've shown like sales and everything. Like putting that sticker on does not necessarily increase sales, and sometimes it may even hurt sales. But somebody in their defense was like, "Well, the Pulitzer doesn't, probably
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
help
true.
either."
No, it's
So neither one of us know about Onion John, but
That's
also we
true.
don't know about the journeys of Nancy McPhee.
Nancy McPhee.
I don't know. What it's Nanny McPhee.
Jamie McFeeters. Yeah, you were thinking of
Nanny McPhee.
the Emma Thompson movie.
Okay.
Well,
So is that the 50s?
I guess.
In
yeah,
all their
the
glory?
50s.
Maybe not so great, huh?
Oh boy,
You didn't,
feel like
you didn't
we
have
did-
any music. Any good
did
like song?
not.
Unchained Melody came out
Oh yeah,
in
Unchained
the
Melody.
50s.
50s music. I mean, that's Elvis. That's like the birth of rock and roll. 50s where a lot of stuff happened.
More than Elvis,
I mean,
though.
no, I know, but Elvis, I think.
There's that
inspired,
song.
like, a
That
new
song that makes me
generation.
cry now. The
Really? A song makes you cry? I mean,
yeah,
Bill
the,
Haley in the
I
comments.
would love you over and over and
Dion
over
and
and
the
over
Belmonts,
and
lots of
over
stuff.
and over.
Oh yeah, who is that?
Don't know. Can't remember.
I recognize
It's
him.
from
We
the
saw it.
commercial of 11/22/63.
I think one of my like the first CD that I ever owned was like one of those Billboard like hits. I think of 1953 it was. It had like
That's what did it.
Blue Suede Shoes, but by Carl Perkins, not even by Elvis. Yeah, I listened to that
You
CD
were
a
such
million
an
times.
old child. Just sitting at home listening to 50s music,
I know.
watching Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I hope she solves the murder today.
My grandma and I would
She
always
did.
sing 50s music. My mom always liked oldies.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just
I haven't, and when I started listening to like music on my own, it was
Yeah.
Weird Al, Chumbawamba, and video game remixes. So I don't really have.
Yeah, see, I mean, for me, I probably like, I mean, the radio. I loved it. We had a couple oldie stations, and I would always like go back and forth. But also like records, you know, my dad's records or my stepdad's records. I would go through. That's how I discovered like the Monkees and the Supremes. And,
Pretty sure the cassette
the
I
Beatles,
wore
even.
through the most was a McGruff, the Crime Dog audio cassette I had, where he sang about stay away
He
from
sang?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also the Lion
Wow.
King soundtrack.
Okay.
You had to flip that one over both times.
Mm.
So, yeah, he
Yeah,
sang about, he's like, don't talk to strangers, stay out of danger. It was
That's a
really
pretty
cool.
good Scruff McGruff.
Hey, thank you.
Here's some 1950s music. See if you know. Mac the Knife, Bobby Darin. That's
Sure.
great. Great Pretender. Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis. That's a whole lot of shaking going on.
Uh-huh.
Blueberry Hill, Fats Domino. I love that one. Love Me Tender, Love Is a Many Splendid Thing. Yakety Yak, classic.
Yeah.
Peggy Sue. Man, now I want to listen to the 50s.
Yeah, it sounds like music was doing better than anything else in the 50s.
so, yeah.
Writers were like, I got nothing to
Yeah,
write
well,
about.
Let's go right. Maybelline. Man, Earth Angel. I sang Earth Angel in a play when I was in college. It was 50s Love Days was the name of this play.
Okay. Are you
And
sure it wasn't
all-
the Enchantment Under the
It
Sea?
wasn't. No, this was very real.
Okay.
It was like a 50s musical review.
Okay.
So I sang Peggy Sue.
Uh-huh.
I sang That'll Be the Day.
Uh-huh. Earth Angel.
Yeah, Earth Angel. Yeah.
So when you were singing Earth Angel, did you notice that you were starting to fade in and out
It
of
was like
the
a
timeline?
band from the school was playing all the music, and they were playing like the Penguins version, which is the original. And I was like, no, I want the Marvin Berry Back to the
Yeah,
Future
sure.
version.
Yeah.
And they did it. They played it, and it is slightly different. So I sang the Back to
There
the
you
Future
go.
version,
So.
and every time in rehearsal, I'd be like, George, George.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, which I thought was funny. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how it played
Yeah.
with my peers, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I have a long-standing love of the 50s.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
50s did not impress me to this
Yeah.
episode.
No, I didn't win you over.
But-
Sorry, I should have tried. I should have realized that I should have
Yeah.
spent this time trying to win you over.
I wouldn't
to
travel
the
back to the 50s. Though I guess if we did, if like we fell into a time vortex and landed in the 50s,
Yeah.
we'd have a pretty good time because one, we know what to invest in,
Yeah.
and two, everybody would be freaking out about the bomb,
Yeah.
and we'd be like, it's
it's fine. Don't
not,
worry
nothing's
about it.
happening.
Don't
Russia's
worry
not
about it.
bombing us right now.
Yeah.
Like everything
Yeah.
everybody would be worrying about. Like we'd save so much money on not building a bomb
Right,
shelter.
Right. We could just like go to Tupelo and
Yeah.
get like an undiscovered Elvis to sign a bunch of crap for us. You know what
There
I
we
mean? Just
go.
like here, sign this scarf.
Yeah.
He'd be like, okay, man, I don't know why. You know, he'd do it because he's a very nice man.
Yeah,
He's a very
we could
nice
offer him chicken wings every time
man.
he
Yeah,
signs
we
something.
could.
He's
Oh,
like,
fried peanut butter and nano sandwiches.
Oh, I love
That'd
them.
be great. We could go buy up Graceland, sell it to him. It'd be perfect.
Oh my God.
I guess this plan just involves us ripping off and taking advantage of Elvis
Yeah.
Presley, which
Yeah.
is I think what everyone did do. In
I
his
would want to
lifetime.
try, if I had time.
Actually, very tragic.
Before falling into this time, I would want to get a bunch of books that were going to come out and then tear off the covers.
Be like by Eric Nichols.
Yeah, there
It'd
you
be
go,
great.
selling to a
I'd
publisher.
invent the paperclip. So
Was that in the 50s?
I don't know.
All right.
We'll try.
Yeah.
I couldn't invent.
That's it. We're
I
going
couldn't-
back to the 50s.
Yeah. No.
Plus, we'd have the 60s and 70s and 80s to look forward to.
Yeah.
Man.
Be a lot.
We'd be good.
Have
We'd be
bright
dead
future.
before like today's scary times.
We'd never even meet ourselves.
That's true. Yeah.
I could maybe babysit myself.
That'd be weird.
I think it would be a little weird, but you know.
Besides, you're
I'd do it.
babysitting yourself back then.
Well, what if it's the time cop travel rules where if you touch yourself, both of you die?
Just stay away from yourself.
Yeah, that's but if I'm babysitting.
I would just go out west. I never ever have
You
gone
never
out
were
west.
out west.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until the 50s, I
we saw
guess.
that.
Anyway.
Well, we failed in bringing the 50s into a new light, but
Yeah.
I think we had a good time. It was a spectacular burnout.
Yeah.
We just did.
All right. Happy 50s.
Woo! All right, let's agree to never do this again.
What? What about
To
the
our
60s?
listeners. Okay, for the 60s.
All right.
Sure.
I have the green one.
All right,
Remember
yeah,
that.
mine's blue.
Because
I
there's a
haven't
lot of
written my name on
backwash
it,
in this
'cause
one.
yeah. Yours has a different waterlogged sound.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mostly spittle
Yeah.
at this point.
I thought, well, it's because I thought it was like a saxophone where you had to press your tongue up against the side and go. That was terrible.
That was among the most disgusting things I've ever seen. So
Yeah,
I wanna,
it was.
on behalf of all the books, I want to thank you for that.
Okay.
All right. So next week we're talking Neil Gaiman.
Are we?
And we still, yeah.
Are
And
you
we-
saying we're game for Neil Gaiman? Because the joke landed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're talking about Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
So we need you to send us some Neil Gaiman.
Me?
Well, sure. I mean, yeah.
Oh, you're talking to our listeners
I'm
now.
talking to our
Listeners, he's
listeners.
talking to you now.
Yeah. Should I look at
Okay.
the camera? We want to hear what you guys think about
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, so favorite book, maybe favorite movie adaptation. If you read any of the
The
graphics,
Roald Dahl of our
whatever-
time.
Whatever you think. Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
This might be true.
Yeah,
Bold statement.
that's why I
you
said
made.
it.
Good job.
No, I'll leave this.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave that there.
Yeah.
So send us a, you can contact us at Twitter at All the
Yeah.
Book Show, Facebook at David A. Howe Public Library, email at Wellsville at STL.
Sure,
I
yeah.
thought maybe you'd know, but
Yeah.
you didn't. You could come in, you can find us on the street, flag us down. I'll give you Eric's home address.
No,
Just
don't.
oh,
Don't.
so we're not.
Just my P.O. box.
Okay, just your All right, Eric's direct line is
Yeah.
555. Just kidding. That's not true.
Yeah.
You can where can they find us, Eric?
iTunes, SoundCloud,
iTunes.
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, Angelica Radios.
That's true. Angelica
Wednesday
Radio
nights,
Show.
9
Yeah.
o'clock. Tune in
Yeah.
to all the books.
So let us know about your favorite book,
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman,
Yeah.
comic, movie. He's got a lot of movie adaptations.
Favorite Neil Gaiman hairstyle,
Yeah.
which is kind of like a blown out Tim Burton kind of look. So go for that.
A little.
You think?
No.
Well, all right. We'll let our listeners decide.
Okay.
What do you have coming up for library news? What's going
What's
on?
the date? When is this coming out? Oh, geez. I guess it's the last week of
yeah.
summer reading program.
Winding down.
So
It's almost grand prize time.
yeah.
Not too late to enter either.
Yeah.
For those of you who have not signed up for the summer reading program, you still got a week and you can still win that
Yeah.
big grand prize. So
The teen prizes
it
are
a
a game called Boss Monster. It's where you have to make a dungeon like an old Nintendo Entertainment System boss
wow.
thing. So
okay.
it's pretty cool. Or Harley Quinn and the Joker from Suicide Squad, little pop figurines.
Fun.
So they come together and
Okay.
then they fight, but then they want to be together. It's very confusing.
I've still got a few chamber certificates and I have my Nook tablet from
Nice.
Samsung. That's the
Sure.
big grand prize.
We're showing
Everybody
Dragon
wants.
Ball Z Battle of Gods Wednesday. That's August
Third?
3rd? No, it's 2nd. Don't mess with me. No, it is 3rd.
I know.
August 3rd at 5:30 p.m. It's it came out like
5:30. Okay.
yeah, came out like
I
2
can't
years
believe you
ago.
haven't shown any Pokemon.
Oh, we don't
can't
have the
believe
rights
it.
to show Pokemon.
Oh, we don't? None
don't
of
think
it?
so.
Wow.
If we did,
unfortunate.
yes,
I'd be
that
all
would be
over it.
huge.
Okay.
But none of the movies are actually good.
Okay.
I mean, I'd watch all.
Super
I'd watch the
relevant.
first 3
Yeah,
again.
You'd watch them.
So
What am I showing? We're showing Eddie the Eagle. You were excited about that.
yeah, let's do Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and somebody else.
You think he's gonna wish me a happy birthday?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Didn't he wish your wife happy birthday or something?
She got a retweet.
A retweet on
Yeah.
her birthday. Oh, you could try.
Yeah,
You turning 30.
yeah.
Why not?
I don't
So
know.
anyway, we're showing Eddie the Eagle Tuesday night at 6:30, August 2nd. We're showing Surf's Up. Have you seen Surf's Up?
No.
Shia LaBeouf. Is
Yeah.
the main voice
Yeah.
for that. We're showing that Wednesday morning at 10:30, and then we're continuing the kids' movies past the summer reading program for the next several weeks. We have a kids' matinee at 10:30. You can find the
Nice.
listing on our website. Surf's Up, Snow Dogs, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s
Great, sure.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s
Yeah.
greatest film.
Nothing people love more in
ever.
August than Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs in August. Yeah, it's thematically relevant.
Remember
to
how the
summer
dogs
reading
talked all
program.
the time in the commercials, but it was only like 5 minutes in the
No,
movie?
I didn't know that. I mean, I've never seen this movie, but I didn't know that they talked.
They don't talk in the movie. It's like a 2-minute dream sequence. But like
Oh.
all the commercials when that movie came out, we're all like the
I
dogs
the
talking.
2 minutes. Oh wow,
Yeah.
boy, that's
So.
sneaky.
That was Cuba Gooding Jr. coming off of Pearl Harbor.
Okay,
Nobody left that movie well.
no, they didn't.
So except for Coop. No. Anyway.
No. Yeah, so I guess that's it. That's
Yeah.
the big stuff. Winding down the summer reading program. Music on the Lawn continues Thursday nights. The next couple of weeks, you still have a few more chances to catch that.
Sure does.
And that sure does.
Sure does. Sure can.
Sure does.
I guess I went in and out during that conversation.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to episode 50. Thanks to thanks for our special video from
Yeah.
Pete Mangles
yeah.
and
Pete Mangles of.
the radio and the library.
Yeah.
He's a celebrity.
Man, sorry, Pete. That was. You should have had a better one.
All right. So we'll see you next week, episode 51. Neil Gaiman.
Woo! Episode. We'll have to do a big thing.
No,
The,
we're not
okay.
doing it.
All right. Neil Gaiman.
Bye.
Bye.